Hi, I'm Toby Walker. I'm here at Dream Guitars. Look, trust me, I dream of these guitars. Really cool guitars in this place in Weaverville, North Carolina. And I'm going to do a song and teach you how to play Etta Baker's Knoxville Rag. Etta Baker came from Morganton, North Carolina, and I spent some time with her where she showed me a bunch of her tunes, and I'd be more than happy to show you as well. So here's the song, Knoxville Rag. So here's how we're going to play Knoxville Rag. It's in the key of C, but it's really a jazz progression with some of the chords that are in there. Not that they're fancy chords, it's just the chords that she uses in the progression. Make it like an old-time jazz tune. But she calls it a rag, and it has that rag feel. What I'm doing here, in the very first chord, I'm hitting a C chord, and I've got my first finger down on the first string at the 3rd fret. My thumb is going to be pretty much handling a lot of the bass, while my fingers, my first and second finger, handle the melody. I'm going to come down on the bass on the 5th string, and then come down on the bass on the 4th string. But when I come down on that bass on the 4th string, my 2 fingers are going to grab the 1st and 2nd string. Then I'm going to come up to an F sharp diminished. So this little lick is my thumb on the 4th string. My first 2 fingers grab the 1st and 2nd string. And then I come down with my thumb on the 3rd string. Then I go back to the C chord. So let's take a look at this one. I'm going back and forth between my bass, 5th string, 4th string, 6th string, 4th string. But I have this. So I'm putting in the E and then the C on the upbeat. So you can hear it's together and then separate. A pinch and then separate. Now I'm going to do that again. This time I'm going to go into an A. So let's take a look at this A. I'm starting out with the open 1st and 5th strings. And then with my index finger, I'm going to hit it on the upbeat. My first finger is flat on the inside 3 strings, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'm going to hit that C note. And as I slide up, I'm going to hit the 4th string. Now that's a little tricky, okay? You have to think about sliding and coming down like that. So I have this. Then I'm going to sneak my index finger in there and grab the 3rd string. And 2 other bass notes. So all together. Now I'm going to take that flat finger, I'm going to move it up to the 7th fret and add my 2nd finger onto the 1st string at the 8th fret, creating a D7. And here I've got that just a little bit of a ragtime syncopation thing going. Kind of grabbing those 2 strings again. And then we come down to our 3rd fret. Now watch how I do this G. That's the feel of it. But what I'm doing is I've got my thumb on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and my first finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. My bass is going to go back and forth between the 6th and the 4th string. But I'm going to be playing the G note, A note, E flat, and maybe a little push. Then I'm going to lift it off and hit the open E. So that's a pinch, 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 and then in between. And now I'm going to go back to the C chord, but I'm going to get there with my first finger first. Watch. So I'm getting there just a little bit ahead of the beat. And then finish it up with 2 bass notes. Now you repeat that part twice. We can call that the A part. A, A. The B part is where Etta is now going to be adding an E7. And the way I'm going to be playing this E7 is at the 5th fret. Normally, the way you would play, let's say, a C7 chord, we all know how to play a C7 chord. But if you take that C7 chord, and if you take your pinky and put it on the 1st string at the 3rd fret, then take your 3rd finger and put it where your pinky was, right there, at the 3rd string. Your root note is the C note, or your 1st finger. If I move that up to the 5th fret, I would have an E7 chord. And my bass is going to go between the 6th and 4th string. And that's the melody. And my first finger is plucking that 2nd string, and my middle finger is plucking the 1st string. Now I'm going to go to my A chord, which looks just like an F chord, okay, with your barring the 1st and 2nd string. But I'm going to be at the 5th fret. My bass is going to go from 5 to 4. Now here what I'm doing is I'm playing the 1st string, I'm going to add my pinky onto the 1st string at the 7th fret. I'm going to pick up my pinky and hit the 2nd string. So I'm going to... Now I'm going to go to my D7 at the 3rd fret. Looks like that's C7, but it's at the 3rd fret. Here my bass is between the 5th and 4th string, and I'm plucking the 3rd and the 2nd string. My index is playing that 3rd string now, my middle playing the 2nd string. So that's the melody. Now we're going to be adding the thumb to the F sharp and back and then up to the G. So listen. When you get up to the G, Etta Baker did this cool little lick. And what that is I'm doing that with my index finger and my middle finger. I'm starting with a B flat note on the 3rd string, then hitting a B, then hitting the G. Then I'll hit the open 3rd string. So I do that 3 times. Then hit the open E. Then you go right back to the beginning. So that's the B part. Now we go back to the A part. So structure is AABA, which is very common in old-time jazz, and the chord progression going from that diminished chord is a very jazzy sound. But the other thing to keep in mind is when you're going from the one chord, that B part goes to the 6, the E, and it goes to the, what you call it, the, yeah, that's right, the 3. So it goes to the E, to the A, which is the 3, the 2, to the 5. That's a... That's an old jazz progression. So anyway, that's Etta Baker's. That's the way she showed it to me. That's her Knoxville Rag. I hope you enjoyed it.